got one of the youngest, hottest stars in all of boxing, Jesus Ramos. Got a big fight against Joey Spencer on the undercard of Caleb Plant versus David Benavidez, March 25th, Showtime pay-per-view. How you doing, Jesus?
I'm doing good, man. How about you?
Good, good. So you're in camp, getting ready for the fight of your life. Two undefeated fighters. How excited are you?
Man, I'm excited. It motivates me that Joey Spencer is undefeated, that he's also a rising prospect, and it's very motivating to work hard. He's coming to take my undefeated record, and I gotta make sure he does it.
And you're on the undercard again, the co-main event versus Joey Spencer. And before we get to that fight, David Benavidez, the family, another family boxing business, out of Arizona. I know in talking to your uncle, you guys have been in the gym with the Benavidez family. What have those experiences been like?
They're actually really really good people. They're really nice, really cool. And they work hard too. I remember going to the sparring sessions between Benavidez Jr. and my uncle. And at the time, well, David, no one really talked about him. It was just more Jose. Everybody talked about Jose. He had signed with Top Rank, and he was gonna be the next big thing. But I remember David. He was always there, man. Always working hard. He was always sparring, and even though nobody talked about him, and but everybody would say, he's gonna be the one. He's gonna be the one. And you just see a chubby kid, in the corner just working out, and it was like. Some people didn't really believe it. I was just a kid, so it was just like whatever. But yeah, I remember that I have that memory. That we'd always go to the sparring sessions, and it would always be Jose. There would be cameras around Jose. There'd be people trying to get an interview, people trying to get a picture. So it's crazy, how things change. But it's exciting. It's exciting that we're sharing the card now with them. It's crazy.
Have you guys? Do you guys have a relationship, you and David? Have you talked about being on the card together, co-main and main?
Not about this card, but yeah, we have a relationship. He's really, like I said, he's really cool. He said he watches my fights, and obviously I watch his all the time. And we're good friends. We're good friends, but I haven't had the chance to talk to him about this event coming up, man. Not yet. We're
Not
both, I
yet.
guess, we're both working hard. Getting ready for this.
Right, right. Let's talk about the fight. Joey Spencer, another knockout artist, 16-0, 10 KOs. You're 19-0, I believe, 15 KOs. Someone's KOs got to go, whatever that is. But what should we expect? Two young guns, which you guys talked about it, I think, yesterday on the press conference. This is essentially unheard of in boxing today. Two young, hungry, talented, up and comers sharing the ring together. Talk about that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, like you said, that there isn't a lot of fights like this, and and like I just explained to you in my memories, it was the best versus the best. Morales versus Barrera, Morales versus Pacquiao. Young fighters who were hungry, and that's why we have these memories. That's why we have these memories of such great nights of boxing, and that's what I want to do. What I want to bring to the table. I want, maybe the next generation is watching me and entertained by my fights. Maybe a kid is going into his room, envisioning his ring walk after my fight. And that's huge, that's huge, and that's what it's all about. That's why I'm taking these fights. They're tough, but they challenge me as well, and that's what I like. I like to compete. I work hard every day, and for that same purpose. I don't. I'm not gonna let Joey Spencer come and take everything that I worked hard for. It's been a road. It's been a journey to get here, and I'm not gonna let it go that easy, man.
And did Joey call you out for this fight? Jesus,
Yeah,
were
yeah,
you
yeah. It was
surprised?
yeah, it was I was surprised. It was surprising because I had just mentioned it too in an interview. He wasn't he I mean, he hadn't fought anybody before Salgado. He hadn't really taken that kind of step up. So when they asked me, I was like, well, you know what? I mean, I'm fighting, I fought Vladimir Hernandez coming off the J-Rock win, Santa Maria coming off beating my uncle. So it was like I'm essentially taking a step back if I fight Joey Spencer. I wanted more of a challenge. But then he stepped up, beat Kevin Salgado and another undefeated fighter. So I was like, okay, well, and then he called me out. He was the one that wanted it. So I was like, okay, let's do it then. Like I said, I like a challenge, and it motivates me even more.
No hesitation to take the fight.
No, 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 none of that. I was just like excited about it.
What challenges does he pose? I mean, obviously he's got power, you have power, but besides that, what challenges do you see?
You know, he can be like a good boxer. He can but that's the thing about him. I feel like he's a good boxer, maybe 2 or 3 rounds, and he kind of fades. I feel like in his last fight with Salgado, he was doing good things in there, but in spots, he wasn't really throughout the whole fight. He wasn't setting stuff up. He would take a round off, and I mean, and essentially they were fighting at his pace. Salgado wasn't pressuring him, or vice versa. It was at his pace, and he still seemed like he got gassed. So, I mean, I don't know. We'll see what he can do. March 25th.
And I would imagine you're practicing getting ready for that ring walk as well.
Yeah, all that. When I go to sleep, I imagine all that. The ring walk, the crowd, everything. When the first bell rings, how I'm gonna come out to the center of the ring and just fight.
It's all visualization. We'll wrap it up here in a minute here with Jesus Ramos, again, one of the young superstars on the boxing scene. Big fight under the David Benavidez, Caleb Plant undercard, March 25th, Showtime pay-per-view. Let's get some predictions. You're obviously a boxing fan, a boxing historian,
Yeah.
a true boxing family. Let's talk about the main event that you're going to be under. Obviously, you have the relationship with David, but who do you like to actually win the fight, and how?
You know what? I like both guys. I feel like Caleb Plant made a true statement with his last fight, knocking out Andre Durrell. That was a huge statement, and he looked strong in there. He looked good with Canelo as well in the early rounds. But that's the thing, he got the pressure got to him, and I feel like that's gonna be the case here. I think he's gonna outbox David for the first couple rounds, while David settles in with the pressure, with the body shots. But I feel like David Benavidez throws more punches than Canelo, and if Canelo was able to wear him out, even with throwing just the pressure and not a lot of punches, but just the presence of him being there and just that mental pressure broke him. I can't imagine that a bigger man doing that to Caleb Plant. I can't imagine him withstanding that. So I got Benavidez in the later rounds for sure, for sure.
Okay, what about Tank and Ryan?
Oh man, I got Tank. I think right now he's up there, man. He's active. He keeps fighting. He keeps improving, and his power is crazy, man. It's almost like he can take a round or two off, and he knows that in the next round he's gonna knock him out. It's almost like he knows. And he's gifted. He's talented. So I got Tank.
By knockout, by stoppage?
By knockout, yeah, by knockout. I got him by knockout.
What about Haney Loma?
Haney, man. Haney's in his prime right now. He looked good with Cambosis both times. And I mean, I admire what he did. He went all the way over there to Australia both times and beat their champ, beat the champ once and went and defended it the second time. So that's incredible. And I think he's in his prime right now. He works hard. You could tell he takes it seriously, and he loves it too.
And if the much anticipated Spence Crawford ever happens, where do you sit?
Oh man, you know what? I've shared the ring with Crawford. I got Crawford, to be honest. I got Crawford. I feel like he has a lot of weapons. A lot of things in his arsenal that he can bring out in a fight against Spencer. Spence, sorry.
Right.
Joey Spence, yeah.
Right, right.
Spence. I think he's got a lot more tools. And like I said, I've seen firsthand what he can do in there. And I got Crawford.
You actually sparred Crawford?
Yeah, I sparred Crawford a couple of times actually. I've been in camp with him a couple of times, and yeah, he's gifted, man. He's a champion for a reason.
Sure, sure. What would it mean for your family, for you and your uncle to win, to come out victorious March 25th?
It would be huge, it would be huge. It would be something be really, really big because me in the co-main event, my uncle in the pay-per-view, that's huge. For not only for my family, but for me, my dad and my uncle, that we've witnessed what it has taken to get here. All the sacrifices that we've made, everything that we've been through together just to get here, and now it all boils down to one night, and we both gotta look spectacular, and just getting the wins would be something huge. It would be something that I myself would be proud of us. Something that not many people can say they've done.
And I know your grandmother is a big inspiration. If I didn't mention her,
Yeah,
I would regret it. What about your grandmother and what she means to you?
she means a lot. My grandma's the sweetest person. She's always been supporting me, and the motivation she brings me is that she's always telling me work hard, and just the way she says it, just work hard. And she always says that we're in a country that isn't ours because she's from Mexico, and she always says we're in a country that isn't ours. We gotta respect it, and while we're here, we gotta make the most out of it. And she works hard for everything that she owns right now. She owns her own house, she has her own car, she lives comfortably, and she works extremely hard every day. And she earned her spot as a supervisor, and she doesn't talk any English, and but that's just with hard work, and that just inspires me, because I mean, if she can do it, she doesn't talk English. What's my excuse? I don't have an excuse. I just got to keep working.
Right, right. Well said. Well said. What should we expect, Jesus? Saturday, co-main event. You already got envisioning the ring walk. Every detail you got covered. What should we expect against Joey Spencer, March 25th, pay-per-view?
We might steal the show, man. We might steal the show that night. I feel like I said, two young prospects going at it. We both want to remain undefeated, and we both want to take that next step. So it's gonna be a great fight.
Do you feel
Really, really
like
great fight.
do you feel like you're very close to a title shot?
I do feel like that. I feel like my last opponents have demonstrated that I'm ready for this, and the more fights I take before a world title shot, the better for me. I keep learning, I keep growing each fight, I keep making adjustments, and it's all gonna be shown March 25th, man, how much I grew from my last fight.